3 years ago, if you told me that you meditated every day, I would laugh at you. Yet now, all these years later, I meditate almost every single day, and it has changed my life. Today's video, we're going to be talking about meditation and how it will improve your mindfulness. Meditation sounds like this new age thing that only new age people do, but meditation has actually genuinely changed my life. Going from somebody who doom scrolls and has a screen time of 8 to 10 hours a day to being completely mindful of my life and intentionality and all the benefits that I've gotten just from meditating for the past 3 years. Specifically for the past 3 months, I've been meditating just about every single day. In this modern day, with doom scrolling, with content consumption, with stress and responsibilities, and this like hyper fast lifestyle that we're all living and honestly kind of forced to live in some ways, you need something like meditation. You need something that puts you and trains your ability to be mindful and to live in the moment. If I asked you when the last time you were fully in the moment was, you probably wouldn't remember. But if you look back to your childhood, you think back to those early days when you would hang out with your friends, or weird memories of you just like picking at like a cool leaf that you found and like picking it apart and kind of inspecting it and like smelling the leaves and like looking at bugs and like all these weird things you did as a kid. You were fully in the moment, and you were probably the happiest you ever were in your life in terms of just feeling alive, feeling like heightened senses. You're just in the moment, you're alive, you're a part of nature. And that's something to really think about, is the fact that we don't do that anymore because we feel like we become old and sophisticated. But in actuality, we've just kind of become distracted. We've become numb to the real things of life. The number one way you learn to live life in the moment again is through meditation. Meditation is just a habit of focusing on your surroundings, or focusing on your breath, or something immediate to your senses, and just focusing on that. Inevitably, after like a few seconds to maybe a minute, you'll get some distracting thought, if not like multiple distracting thoughts. All you need to do is refocus back to that present moment, back to that focus in your surroundings. And by doing that, it is like doing one rep, one bicep curl for your mindfulness skill, your meditation skill. Every time you do that, every time you have to refocus, and you do successfully refocus just back to the present, the more mindful you are. And essentially, the more you do that regularly, the more you train your ability to live in the moment. All of a sudden, you go to the gym fully mindful. All of a sudden, you're more mindful with your family, your friends. You're more mindful with the people you love and care about. This simple habit, which takes literally a couple minutes, if you're doing it for the first time, it takes literally 1 minute to do. Eventually, you'll work your way up to 3, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Doing this simple, easy habit of literally doing nothing but just avoiding stimulation, just being present, literally change your brain, change your ability to love life again. And nonetheless, other people will love you more as well, and like enjoy your presence more, just because you're more in the moment with them. You're more engaging, you're more clearly present. Most people are not present with other people, where most people are on their phones, or they're thinking, or they're stressed, or they're anxious. But when you're mindful, you truly are like, this sense of being, this sense of presence is the best gift you can offer other people. And so this is a very important skill to build up for the future people in our life, the future friends we have, the family, the wife, the kids. This is why we build this skill, so that we can be better for them. Nonetheless, we will enjoy our life more on a baseline level. The thing is, when we're so overly stimulated with doom scrolling and junk food and all these highly stimulating things, what happens is our dopamine levels spike so high that essentially we require that same high level of stimulation and dopamine to actually find enjoyment and pleasure in life. But if you cut out, if you detox the dopamine spikes, you don't do the doom scrolling, you stay mindful, you stay present, what you're doing is you're raising your baseline energy levels, your baseline happiness levels, and actually lowering your expectations for pleasure and enjoyment to that baseline level. So now you can go out in nature, pick out a cool leaf or rock in nature, look at a cool bug. You can literally go on a hike, spend time in the natural world. You can genuinely enjoy our like baseline existence. You can enjoy doing chores. In a weird way, you can enjoy every second of your life, rather than just the high stimulating distractions and pleasure, which you don't even really enjoy anyway. It's not existentially fulfilling, yet we do it anyway. I've been meditating for 4 months now, just about. It is genuinely a habit that we should all be doing. I know it sounds so silly. It sounds like a waste of time. For the longest time, I thought that too. Even in the past year, I was like, oh, I don't need to meditate. I need to go work. I need to do more hours of focused work. The thing is, when you live life with this sense of intention because of your mindfulness ability, you're actually getting more work done in a smaller period of time. Think of it like this. When we went to go hunt, when we were in tribes back in the day, we were going hunting. Would you rather pick berries for 12 hours, or would you rather go and hunt the boar? You might not get the boar, you might not catch the boar, but if you do catch him, you get so much out of that. And it takes less time. It could take you 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, versus the 12 hours of picking berries to feed the tribe. Big contrast there. Your ability to hunt the boar and do the actual intention, and actually have the intention in every little thing in life, whether it's your hobbies, whether it's spending time with loved ones, whether it's working on something meaningful to you, whether it's your job, whatever it is, you can actually get more work done, more productivity, more rest, if that's the case, in a shorter period of time, the more intentional you are. And to be intentional, you have to be mindful. So it all comes down to this meditation skill, this mindfulness skill that you need to build up to actually be able to not just enjoy baseline life, everyday life, but also to be more productive. It's so easy. And for the longest time, the reason why I quit meditating every single day was because I figured that I would be more productive if I just worked. But that's not the case, because you can work less and make more money. You can make more success. How is that possible? Why is there people out there who work 2 hours a day versus the people who work 10, 12, 14 hours a day? They're making minimum wage. They're making maybe $20 an hour. The people who are working 2 hours a day, for some reason, they are more successful most of the time. Not all the time, but some of the time. And so you have people like this who work 1-2 hours a day. They're vastly successful, and it's because they've mastered the ability to work very productively, very effectively in a small period of time, all because they are working with intention. They're not just picking berries, they're not just doing random tasks. They're actually fully in the moment, focused on one big task, which they have the mental energy and the mindfulness to complete, because they've trained their ability to be in the moment, to be present, to be fully mindful, which is crazy. So with that being said, mindfulness, meditation, the act of sitting there and focusing on your breath, your surroundings, just that act alone every single day weirdly makes you successful, weirdly makes you happier and more externally successful. So why not just do meditation? Why not just meditate? If you've been kind of putting off meditation, or you think it's stupid, this is your sign, this is your confirmation to actually go and meditate. Now, there's other things that help me be more mindful as well and feel more spiritually, existentially alive. For example, prayer really helps. This video is not about prayer, but prayer is life-changing, and I really hope to be as consistent with prayer in the next coming months as I have been with meditation, because prayer is life-changing. Having a relationship with our Creator is life-changing, and it's a hard habit to stick to, because it's it requires such a high threshold of faith, but also mindfulness, presence, and you kind of have to dedicate time to it, rather than with meditation you can just sit there and kind of do nothing and get a decently productive meditation session. So there's other habits too that are really important. I'm not just saying, go meditate and do nothing else. I'm saying be more intentional. Practice your ability to be intentional. Go work for 2 hours really, really hard. Go lift weights for 1 hour really, really hard. Don't waste any time in between. And now look, you have a whole day ahead of you. You've done your work, you've done your gym session. You have the whole day to spend time with family, friends, go do other work, go do other things. It's all about intention and mindfulness. And nonetheless, this life is so much better. The weird spiritual feeling of just feeling more alive and noticing things more is beautiful. And the way you feel that is by practicing mindfulness. So definitely build up the skill. It'll be really good for you and make your life so much better. Hope this video helped you. If it did, please consider subscribing and watching some of my other videos. Goodbye.